Hey guys, it's me again. I want to broach a subject that is kind of off the wall a little bit, but I call it sympathy for empathy. And I look along around at what's been happening in the last couple of years in our country and how everybody is couching things about you have to have empathy for this and you have to have empathy for that. And it's getting perverted in a way because everybody's using that as a tool to push things through that aren't right and just don't fit and don't feel right. So we ought to have the heart for other people, and if we see a need, we ought to be willing to meet that need. But it needs to come from the heart, and it needs to come from action. It's not just something that we say, oh, that's so sad. We, wish we could do something about it. We just need to take the time, reach out, see if we can actually supply that need and meet it. And in doing so, empathy becomes something good and wholesome, and it works, and people are better, situations are better, and we come out of that with a sense of having accomplished something rather than virtue signaling or look at me type stuff, which is what's been going on for quite a bit now. And the media has blown it up and up and up all the time. And, well, you can't do, you don't have empathy if you don't do this. Well, empathy is something that comes from inside and comes from the heart. And God gave us that to help each other through this life and in situations that we can't manage on our own. We have the tools that somebody else needs. That's why He put empathy in our hearts in the first place. So the sad part of that is it's been perverted, and I want to encourage you just if you see that person in need, you have the means to meet that need, and it's not something to say, look at me or look at the situation I was able to help correct, but you just feel in your heart it's something that you should do. Well, then you should do it. We should reach out, supply that need, lift that person up if we can, and not go around and reaching across our shoulder to pat ourselves on the back saying we did something good. It ought to just be something that's ingrained in us and that God has placed in our spirit, which He has. Recognize the fact that we are being blessed in the blessing. So if you see the need, meet the need. Be willing to open your heart to other people when the time is, there, when the need is there and the time is there. Don't wait and say, I wish I would have done